of Jeremiah 25 because this is important. But lo, I will begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should be ye utterly unpunished. Ye shall not be unpunished. For I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, said the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation, for habitation. He shall give a whore as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even to the end of the earth, for the Lord has controversially with nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, said the Lord. Thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nations to nations, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from end to end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Howl, you shepherds, and cry, and water yourselves in the ashes perpetual of the flock. For the day of your slaughter and of your disbursement are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel, and the shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principals of the flocks to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds and howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord has spoiled their pastures, and the peaceful habitations are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Lord. He has forsaken his covenant as the land, for their land is desolated because of the fierceness of the oppressed and because of his fierce anger. I want to stop here for a moment and speak a little concerning this matter. This is where we at today in Bible prophecy. We take and we hear the peoples here in the United States of America. The gays are complaining about they want to have rights to marry each other, which is abomination against God. They want to pass laws that would continue to cause people to corrupt other peoples of other nature, but they're not a people abiding by law. They impose the will of their law and their way of life upon other peoples and other nations. However, God's kingdom is not without faults, because God, in speaking to Abraham, he spoke to Abraham concerning he would build a fence around Abraham to guard and to protect him from all enemies of the land. And when he gave the land to the 12 tribes of Israel, he made a covenant with the 12 tribes of Israel, which were the sons of Isaac, which were the sons of Abraham, which came from Jacob. They all 12 agreed. He spoke to them in Exodus chapter 24 when he spoke to Moses, told them to drive the peoples out of their land. They did not drive the peoples out. He said, unless they become a snare and make you serve their God, and you become a snare to me. God spoke to these in this prophecy when he driven them out. Well, what they did was the hedge that God built around Abraham, the walls he put around the city, when they didn't drive them out, they was locked into the walls of protection that God had placed in around Abraham. So therefore, what good is a wall around them, or what is a fence done? A fence around the grapes, the good grapes, and when you got thorns growing among the grapes that you didn't drive out because you served the ways of your own hand. They charged them a price to live there as if they was people there, renting the land when God told them to drive them out and don't even marry these people. Once they allowed these people to stay there, they became a thorn and caused them to transgress because they had the image in their house. So what they did, they continued to transgress, and God, in the end, is turning the heads down, turning them over to the enemy. Because God can no longer protect them when they got the enemy already in the house. The prophecy of Job in all this was concerning this matter. He didn't remove the hedge. He didn't cause the hedge to be moved, but he didn't take out the stone that was left in there from the generation past. What I'm talking about, the images that was built on God's soil was given, the enemy was given a refuge of ownership of the land that God had given to Abraham. This was a reproach against God. This was giving him a permanent heritage among the seed of Abraham. So when God blessed his people, he couldn't bless his people without blessing the enemy. So what the enemy did, he seeked out the bad pigs from the good pigs, and he used the bad pigs when it was spoken of in Jeremiah chapter 24 to spoil the good pigs. And Revelation chapter 13, 11-17, it's when they invaded Afghanistan and Iraq. The bad pigs, they took and made them government to take on the law of democracy. But the good pigs who didn't vote for this law of democracy, both the opposite didn't want this democracy. They was found the year 2006, bound, tortured, and shot in the back of the head. All of them that didn't flee to other countries out of the sight of this enemy. But what this was, God was using these people in there to bring a curse on the United States of America and the rest of the world. The same as they became a curse to Babylon, to Egypt, they are being used now to bring a curse on the United States of America and the rest of the world. So where they set up a democratized system in order to get the oil, because God knew that they were going to need oil to run their industries. And their mindset is, we'll get this oil here, but we have to set up a government that's in favor of us here. But when they go and take and kill, slay the innocent peoples, then they bring the curse upon themselves because they slayed the people that rejected the law of democracy. So God had to honor his word to only those good pigs there, which he spoke of in Jeremiah chapter 24, just like he spoke to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12, that he was going to curse them, they cursed him, and bless them, they blessed him. This went to the whole tribes of Abraham. So this is what we see in today. Now, once we as the people here, we're still combined by ways. We want to marry gays and want this and we want that, and we don't have a natural resource to cover our dollar. But God have making them people a curse, and he gave them the fat of the land, which is the crude oil over there. This become a necessity for us to run our industry. So it become also a magnet to draw us to God, to let God cause us to fight his people. And when we take and fight the innocent people who refuse this law called democracy, even though we slay the people, we bring a curse upon the United States of America. And God said in Daniel chapter 4, I believe it was, 3 or 4, that he will kill that tree, that crude oil over there once they get there. And when he do this, The United States and everywhere are going to be black, and the sun is not going to shine. It means it's not going to be energy. The